there is this saying that after a meditation practice, we must return to the marketplace, because by that time you have integrated the internal experience of meditation to a degree of maturity that the next developmental step is to come back to the marketplace and work on integrating your mindfulness practice in your daily life. And this is the real marketplace here in Carmel Market in Tel Aviv. But at the same time, when we do practice mindfulness, you have to take on, you're going to have to approach a teacher. There's kind of some requirements. We say requirements for actually just getting started. One is to hear the teaching of mindfulness. Another is to approach a teacher and receive a method. And then the very next thing is that you must seclude yourself. And seclusion is a big deal. Ultimately, it means to seclude the mind. But at the beginning, it's almost impossible to seclude the mind without also secluding the body. And the way that people would do that, they would, traditionally go to a monastery or go out into nature, or they could, maybe if you have the time and the resources, you could go do a retreat for a little while. Or if you're just doing your daily meditation practice, you go to a silent room and sit by yourself, or you go out to nature for a walk, or even as I do sometimes, I just go to a cafe and, I have a few minutes after dropping off the kids from school. It's all my time in the morning before I have to get to work. So I take that time to seclude myself from distractions, to seclude myself from, people who might interrupt me. And I sit and I meditate and I turn in. And that's the practice of mindfulness-based meditation. However, ultimately, what mindfulness-based meditation is about secluding the mind. And you will develop these kind of internal powers, these spiritual powers of energetic effort, mindfulness and concentration. They'll grow to the point where actually you don't need to seclude the body anymore, but you're actually able to seclude the mind with the practice of mindfulness. In other words, the mind doesn't get shaken off balance, it doesn't get distracted, it doesn't get pulled to that shiny thing over there and this shiny thing over here. Oh wow, those cherries look fantastic. I'm going to get some cherries before I leave. But we don't get distracted because the mind is secluded with the practice of mindfulness. And so we're better to practice that. We're better to practice the integration of mindfulness in your daily life than in the middle of the marketplace. Remember, ultimately speaking, when we do meditation, when we do mindfulness meditation, we are secluding the mind. But at the beginning, you need to seclude the self in order to develop your internal spiritual superpowers, your internal spiritual life. And there's nothing like a workshop, a retreat, a gathering with other practitioners of mindfulness-based meditation that will help you develop that. Then, when you come to the marketplace, you can practice on integrating your mindful life into daily life.